We are back. Revinyl. What is this? Episode 10,000 by now? I mean, we're in season 2. We're way up there.
We're up there, man. We're past the point of no return, I believe. So
Absolutely.
we're stuck with each other.
It would be a revolt at this point if we stopped doing this. At least in Helsinki or somewhere, there are places in this world that can't live without Revinyl.
Maybe Spain. Maybe
Spain.
Maybe Barcelona. I'm just saying.
Barcelona. That's right. Yeah. All right, we're gonna have today talk about a lot of cool stuff. We're getting towards the end of the year. You and I were texting about this, and I was reflecting back on just some of the fun stuff that I did this year related to music. So I've got a few things to share, and I'm going to keep it pretty brief and high level. Top 5 stuff.
Same here.
Nick, you've got a couple of things as well.
Yeah,
maybe a few surprises along the way.
Sure.
I'll start with one. I'll just throw out there. I went to a lot of concerts this year. A lot. At least 20 concerts this year. I started thinking about my favorite ones. And one of the reasons I even thought about this, Craig, today, in fact, was because one of my favorite concerts involves someone that we lost this week, and that's Raul Malo from the Mavericks.
Yeah.
What an incredible performer. And so we'll talk about it in a minute, but I just want to say right away, so sad. It's heartbreaking. And it's heartbreaking to have seen someone in this calendar year in February performing at a very high level. Had no idea he was sick. Very high level. And 10 months later, due to prolonged illness, he has passed away. But man, what a human being, what a performer. All right, I'm going to list my top 5 concerts of 2025, and I'm going to go 5 to 1. And it's really tough because it could be almost any of these, except for my number 1. My number 5 is going to really surprise you. I don't even know how much we talked about this, but earlier this summer, I was at Lake Martin in Alabama and saw a band called Black Jacket Symphony. Familiar with them at all?
No, you've never mentioned this.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know how many people are in the band. 10, 12. They have every instrument covered. They take albums and they do a treatment to them. They stay really close. They don't try to get too crazy with it. They're doing The Wall right now. They do Prince some nights. They've done Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Led Zeppelin. The night I saw them, they did Hotel California, start to finish, and then did the hits of the Eagles.
Nice.
And these guys, I don't know their background. I tried to find some of this. I'd like to know where some of these guys came from, because these are for real professional musicians. Their treatment of Hotel California was unbelievable. And so, like I said, right now they're touring, doing The Wall. Then they'll switch it up. They'll do The Wall one night, and then a couple nights later they'll do Prince, Purple Rain. I mean, these guys are so talented and so diverse in what they can cover. So that was number 5 for me. Incredible night, great weather, great atmosphere. Number 4 for me, concerts this year, was a band that I'd never listened to prior to the show, other than I played a couple of their songs. I knew I was going to like it because I love bluegrass. It's a band called Shadowgrass. Young.
Yep.
There's 5 of them. Banjo player is just absolutely phenomenal. I was so blown away by these guys. I love that they're young, and they're really starting to take off now. Going to see them again next February back in Athens again at the Georgia Theater. Just incredible band. So that was number 4 for me.
That's a play on words, by the way, from another jazz band called Shadow Fax, by the way.
Oh, yeah, Shadow Fax. That's right. So they did Shadow with the grass. I love that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, number 3 for me, Billy Strings. I've seen him before, but got to see him in Atlanta earlier this year. Took my son. He'd never seen Billy Strings before. It's different every night. It's kind of like the Grateful Dead or Widespread Panic or Fish. You're never going to see the same show twice. You're probably, if he does a 3-night stand, you might not even hear the same song twice.
Yep.
And what Billy Strings does is otherworldly, next level, whatever you want to call it. It's hard to have. You've at least seen some of his YouTube videos. I mean, as a guitar player, you
Absolutely.
have to be just blown away by his dexterity. He's just,
He's the kind of guy you watch and you're either motivated to pick up the guitar or you're just like, screw it, I give up.
I'm never, yeah, it's like watching Roger Clemens pitch back in the day. You either wanted to go out immediately and practice in the backyard or say, I'm done. I'm going to take up
Yeah,
ping pong. I'm not doing this anymore.
exactly.
Yeah. Uh,
Yep.
awesome show. Number 2 for me was the aforementioned, what a lineup. Town Mountain, which is another country band, but they're more country rock out of Virginia. They really turn it up to 10 or 11 if you're a Spinal Tap fan. They just crank it up and they're really good. For the first band. Then the Mavericks came out. The headliner was Dwight Yoakam. Went to see it for Dwight Yoakam, took my son. I was blown away by the Mavericks. At the end of the night, and Will, 19 years old, big into country music, went to see Dwight Yoakam. At the end of the night, we both decided Mavericks might have actually stolen the show that night. And I love Dwight. I've seen him
Oh,
even
Dwight's amazing.
since.
Yeah.
Love Dwight Yoakam. But I'm telling you what, man, the Mavericks were unreal. Like I said a minute ago, we had no idea I was shocked. A couple months later, I heard that they had canceled dates and he'd been sick for a while that night. And I watched some of the videos today that I took that night. You would never know it. He was so good. That band was so much fun. I don't know what they'll do now. I don't know that they could even do anything. Maybe they could find someone just in a very classy way to pay tribute, but I'd still love to see a version of the Mavericks because the rest of that band was so good and it was so much fun. It was a party. It was an absolute party. So that was number 2 for me. Number 1 was seeing Michael Shannon and Jason Narducci doing REM.
Yep.
Fables, talked about it. We did an entire podcast on it earlier this year. I got to go both nights. Got to see Michael Stipe and all the boys, Peter, Michael, Bill, get on stage and do Pretty Persuasion. And that was amazing. But honestly, it shouldn't take away from the fact that Michael Shannon is such a great performer.
Yeah.
He loves REM so much and he puts every bit of his heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
And I hope that people don't go just the chance that they're going to see some guys from REM because Michael Shannon stands well on his own. He's so good.
He's incredible because and we'll get into this a little bit later about like artistry and where it comes from and where your inspiration. But he to me is one of those guys too that if he's passionate about something, he can do anything. He's one of the best actors out there. The guy's just incredible. He's incredibly dry humor. His humor is amazing. I've seen these performances. This guy put everything he has into it. I'm bummed after the fact because I did exactly what I think some of the listeners are doing now are like, tribute, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I saw videos of it and I'm like, damn it. Because it's the closest thing at this point, it's the closest thing you're going to get to REM at their peak. Because even if Mike Stipe goes out there, Bill Berry, Mike Mills, the whole bit, if they go out there and do their thing now, they're not going to quite have the same energy that he has for it, even though he's probably not that far removed age-wise, but he is so enveloped in it that he takes that same energy that they had in 83, 84, 85 when they were just an amazing, amazing live band. So very bummed I didn't see that.
I couldn't have said it any better, Craig, than what you just did. 100%. The energy that he brings to the show, both nights, same level of energy. His passion for it is just so obvious, but he also nails it. I mean, his vocals are really good. He's a performer anyway, so
Right.
he's got that. His band is killer. I mean, this isn't picking up a couple of guys off the street, hey, he's got a college band. He's a friend of mine from college. I'm going to let him play bass and another buddy of his play drums. These are real musicians. These are guys that are, Superchunk and other bands
Yep.
out there. I mean, they do such a great job. I went to buy tickets for the show they're coming back. This time they're doing Life's Rich Pageant. I got online at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. and at 10 a.m. and 30 seconds, it was already sold out both
Ugh.
nights. I was so mad because I just wanted to go one more time. And you can't touch the tickets in Athens. If you even find any on StubHub, they're going to be close to $1,000, especially
Yeah.
now that REM has performed. So
Yeah,
anyway.
that's a little rough for me, and I love Life's Rich Pageant too, but Fables is a special. I love Life's Rich Pageant is an amazing album. I think that's our friend Kevin. That's his favorite REM album.
Yeah.
That's the one album he truly, truly loves. Fables is different. It's just different. That's a special record. If they ever did Murmur, forget about it. I mean, I'm not paying $1,000, but I might
Yeah.
sell a guitar or something for it. So.
They actually did Murmur a couple years ago. I wasn't able to get tickets for that either. It sold out really fast. But Fables was special because there are a lot of songs on Fables, and we'll move on, but on Fables that even if REM got back together, there are maybe 2 songs, maybe 3 songs on that record that they would ever do live.
Yep.
Most of that album is not what if you got REM back together, they're not doing most of those songs
I
live.
know, right.
So to see it from start to finish was a real treat. But
One of my favorite
anyway,
songs of all time, and I promise we'll move on, is Maps and Legends. I
oh man.
I love that. There is an eeriness, there's a spaciousness to that song that's anyway, let's move on.
Yeah. Well, it's another song, and we'll then we truly will move on. We talked about it last week for the song More Than This. It's one of those songs that I love the verse sound better than
Yes.
even the chorus.
Absolutely.
Just the way it moves, it's so good.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'll let you go next, and then I got a couple other things, so I can't wait.
You got me pivoting. There's a couple things here. I'm gonna talk about 2 different things. I don't know if you know what I'm doing now, but as kind of like a side hustle, I'm working with the Georgia Players Guild as a booking agent. So Jacob Deaton, connected with him. He brought me on, and so I'm helping them promote acts, and they have some original acts, and they have tribute artists, and that's been their main thing for the longest time. Listen to their lineup: To the Limit, The Ultimate Eagles Experience, Ramble
Yeah.
Tamble, The Creedence Clearwater Revival Experience, John Folsom Prism Live, Johnny Cash Experience, We Are the Champions, Queen, Don't Be Cruel, Elvis Experience, Listen to Her Heart, Tom Petty, Good Times, Bad Times, Zepp, a celebration of David Bowie called Ziggy. There's more than that in general. There's another tribute, an amazing tribute with Ray Raddick called The Iconic Women of Music. I have a whole new outlook for tribute artists. My problem with tribute artists is when people treat them as the artists themselves. So they go in and they try to get autographs and stuff like that. And the people walk away feeling like they are the celebrity. This is not, these guys are just out there playing stuff that they are truly passionate about, that shaped them as a musician. Is remarkable to watch. This Folsom Prism Live show is just, I've seen shows on YouTube for it. I plan on going to see it for sure. So after booking this and getting exposure to it, when I find out that you've seen, an act that's like, man, I can't believe it's kind of what Yacht Rock has been doing with not just the Yacht Rock stuff, but when they do the Beatles, when they do the Stones, when they do Pink Floyd or whatever, they nail it. They absolutely, the musicianship is just there. And with these guys, all of these acts are just pros. They're absolute pros. So go into it. The look might not necessarily be there. The guy that does Folsom Prism Live doesn't look like Johnny Cash, but whew, man, if you close your eyes, you are there with Johnny Cash. So um, that was a surprise. But another one too that I feel like is a great parallel because you brought up Mavericks and Dwight Yoakam. Love Dwight Yoakam, and I love the fact that the Mavericks was more impressive to you, or maybe surprised you the most, so you walked away with the biggest impression. One of the best shows
Mhm.
I've seen, man, and I haven't told you about this. I told Kevin about it. We went to the Tennessee. We went to the fair here locally and saw Diamond Rio. Do you remember
Oh,
Diamond
yeah.
Rio?
I loved a Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. Yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
love them.
so I only knew of them casually, and we're talking '90s iconic '90s country. I'm telling, it was freezing. It was really, really cold, and so that was the only downside there. It was unexpectedly. Nobody was expecting the cold to come in that early because this was about a month ago. You should study the lead singer's voice. He is one of the best vocalists I've ever seen live. I mean, it's literally like is he lip syncing? No. He seriously has one of the best voices I've ever heard in my life. I told Becca, I go, I am so happy we went to this because this guy should be studied because his voice, there's pitch perfect and there's just perfect,
Yeah.
effortless. This guy was amazing. They were such a humble band. They were so thankful for people sitting out in the cold there. I mean, it's a fair. Um, it was awesome. Biggest surprise of the year of all time. And Becca was so excited to go. This was one of her favorite bands back in the 90s. It's 90s country. 90s country is awesome. It really is. I hated it at the time because I lived in a town where that's all they listened to. But now I'm really, really appreciating that style of music. And to me, Diamond Rio is about as good as it gets.
I love hearing that from you. I mean, I'm a big country fan, and I was really big into 90s country. I loved Diamond Rio. I loved their harmonies,
Oh
whatever,
my,
three-part,
yes.
whatever harmonies, unreal. And the version that they did of Lion Eyes on
Yep.
the Eagles compilation record that came out. Oh gosh, the name's escaping me now, but they did Lion Eyes on that compilation. It's one of the highlights of the compilation because of the way they harmonize. It's so good.
They did a
Oh,
bluegrass like trifecta, maybe 3 or 4 songs, um, and did covers of big songs in a blue. It was so good, dude. There's a reason why this band still stands the test of time. I'm so happy that she got to see him because she loved them. So it was one of her favorite bands of that era. And to be that surprised, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this the people watching there, Shawn, was amazing. I mean, it was just
oh, I bet.
absolutely amazing. I love where I live. I love the state of Tennessee. I love the people. Just watch the people there. They're as honest and as pure. I just absolutely love it. We met some great people there. It was such a great time, but capped it off with Diamond Rio. Phenomenal show. Phenomenal, phenomenal show. So that's what I've
I am
got live.
so
And I feel like that following up what you did was the perfect
yeah.
segue.
I'll let you move on, but oh my gosh, I'm so glad to hear that. And now I saw them years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, they opened up for Alan Jackson
Oh,
back in '94, probably
cool.
'93,
All
and I
right.
saw that, and I that was such a win for me because I loved Diamond Rio as much as I loved Alan Jackson. And but I don't. It was so long ago. I don't remember specifics and thinking how great they were. I want to go see them again because they do still tour around. But they wouldn't have been at the top of my list. But now my respect for you and your knowledge and ear for music, I'm going to go check them out.
Yeah,
So
you'll
thanks for
you'll
that.
enjoy it for sure. I'm glad. I didn't know that you actually appreciated the '90s kind. I knew you were a country fan, but I didn't know that you like the '90s stuff so much. So that's
Oh
awesome.
yeah. Yeah.
Where do you want to go from here? Do you want to pivot and go back to your list or?
I would love to hear one of your lists. I have two other ones, and I'll be pretty quick with the other two, really fast with my top 5 books and top 5 purchases.
Let's
Do you
do
want to
this.
hit one of yours?
Let's do
Yeah.
my top 5 purchases, go to your top 5 purchases, and
Okay.
then I'll surprise you with my next one. How about that?
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So when Shawn and I were going back and forth with top 5 purchases, I didn't purchase a whole lot this year. So I was thinking, I just don't know if I have enough to contribute. And so I immediately told him that. And then I thought about it. I'm like, all right, let's dive in. I do. I do have enough here. It's been a light year for me for sure. I've been very cost effective. Let's just say this. We went to Barcelona, big trip. Wanted to save money for that. But man, I picked up some great releases, and it starts with my most recent release. I don't know if you know, but they have re-released the Sundays albums, both Blind and Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic. The reissue is a 2 LP. It's a 45 RPM. It is immaculate. I have the original version of Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic. I love that. I didn't need that, but I did need Blind because prior to that, they had only issued it on Record Store Day. And that thing was selling for like, I think I sold it for $200. It was crazy what I was able to sell that for. So I sold it just because I saw it peak. And then when I saw that it was reissued, that reissue on 45 RPM is just immaculate. It's on black vinyl. I'm fine. I'm fine with that. In fact, sometimes I prefer black vinyl. No bonus tracks on it, but it is just so glorious. Shawn, definitely a must own if you don't already
All
have
right.
it.
I don't.
Next up for me is Heat Miser. Um, Mike City Sons, the last album that Heat Miser put out. It's Heat Miser, Elliott Smith, Neil Gust. This band was awesome. It's not my favorite Heat Miser album. My favorite Heat Miser album is called Cop and Speeder. That's how I discovered them. I found them at Book Nook. I literally bought this CD for $2 because I thought the album cover was awesome. This was way before Elliott Smith gained any notoriety, and I just fell in love with their sound. It was punk, it was indie, it was just weird. It sounded nothing like anything else out there. Mike City Sons is bar none their most polished album, their poppiest album. It's so good. It is a indie pop classic. This thing was, I think it was only the original issue was going for the mid 200s, and then there was one on like Plain Recordings, which Plain, no offense Plain, but get your crap together. You're one of the worst reissued labels out there. Sorry. No, sorry to be controversial, but it's just not good stuff. Even that was going for $200. And when they reissued it, it's 2 LP color vinyl. There's bonus tracks. Awesome. Must own. So I was super stoked about this. Third for me is one that there's the next two I think will appeal to Shawn here. Super Drag finally reissued Regretfully Yours, their debut album. It's color vinyl, just a single album, no bonus tracks, doesn't need it. It's so great. Not my favorite Super Drag album, but I love the fact that that finally was reissued. That's another one that was probably going in the 200s. We're going to move on to another super band, but it's Supergrass. And this is one that I don't know if, Shawn, if you followed them after I Should Coco and In It for the Money. I was a fan through their entire existence, their entire career. And this was their second to last album. It's called Road to Ruin. It is phenomenal. I would probably go In It for the Money, I Should Coco, and then this album, and then probably
Wow.
the self-titled album. It's that Road to Ruin is probably one of their most mature albums without sounding like they're tempering their sound. Um, it is so good. They did another 2 LP color vinyl. There's an entire bonus live album. I'm not a huge live guy, but if you're going to give it to me as a bonus and it was on this tour, it is so good. I'm telling you, Road to Ruin is a must own for a Supergrass fan. And then last but not least for me is Seeley's second album, Julie Only. This is an Atlanta band. This is from 1996. It's an original pressing. It's on Two Pure Records. I love this band. If you love Stereolab, you will love this band. I think I pitched this earlier to Shawn, and Shawn's like, "Shame on you for not telling me about this band earlier." I love them. The lead singer now is a very notable, very accredited. He's won a James Beard Award as one of the best chefs in Atlanta. He is phenomenal. His name is Steven Satterfield. But Julie Only is just an indie pop masterpiece. I love this album. I don't know of anybody that really knows them, follows them. Last time we were at his restaurant, I'm so sorry. I'm drawing a blank. I've been there twice, both times for an anniversary. Beck and I went in Atlanta. But anyway, the last time we were there, he was outside talking to like one of the managers, and I so wanted to go to town because he's probably at this point beyond the whole music aspect of things. He probably doesn't even think about it anymore. He was a remarkable musician, and this album was just awesome. So that's my top 5 purchases of the year.
That is awesome. So that will they ever play again, you think, or probably not? He's moved on. He's a chef now.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy to be that talented and not continue to pursue it? Maybe because just enough people weren't interested in it, and you just go, "What a work of genius."
Yep.
We see it all the time. We talk about it. That's
Yep.
all right. Well, if they ever get back together, we're going.
Absolutely. Yeah, you will
That
love
would
it.
be
Yep.
all right. That's cool. Yeah. All right. I'll give you my top 5 purchases. Number 5 for me, things I bought in, and I was really thinking about this, and I could probably have a list of 30 top purchases for this year. I did buy a lot of stuff this year. I'm not proud of it, but I did. But really whittling it down. The first one is actually from 2024, but I bought it this year, and I was a little late on this one, even though I love this guy. It was Kelly Finnegan, A Lover Was Born. I bought the record in this calendar year. Oh my gosh. I just kept playing it over and over again. It just, you wonder with some of these guys that are so pigeonholed into soul, because it's not like Kelly Finnegan's going to probably go do a heavy metal record. Well, I know he's not going to.
No, it's not his thing.
So he stays in soul, but he just keeps making good music and good records. I love him. I love his voice. You and I have seen him.
Yep.
He's incredible. Love that album. So that was my 5th favorite purchase of the year. Number 4 for me, and I'm happy to mention this because I don't think you know anything about this artist. His name's Mustang McGee. You ever heard of him?
Nope.
Do you know who Daniel Donato is? Cosmic Country?
Yeah,
Daniel
yeah.
Donato's Cosmic Country.
Absolutely.
He's Daniel's bass player.
Oh, cool.
He released a solo record called Horseplay. And a friend of mine who's really big into Daniel Donato told me about it, and I went and listened to it, and then I immediately went and bought the record. It is so yacht rock, 70s AM. It's so good, Craig. I meant to text you and Kevin about this. It's such a great record. It's just, it kind of reminds me of the Drug Dealer stuff.
Yep.
It scratches that yacht rock itch with a modern, and he's got a great voice. I love this album so much. Number 3 for me is going to make you so happy because you're a big blues fan. You're a much bigger blues fan than I am. Record Store Day just a couple of weeks ago, the only thing I actually purchased was the T-Bone Walker, T-Bone's Blues album.
Oh my
God.
God.
Because it came with a 10-inch, separate record, which I thought was really cool. Because usually Record Store Day doesn't go to those links. Man, what a great record that is, Craig.
Blister.
I mean, oh my gosh. And it's so cool because it'll start out just sort of laid back, and then boom, he comes in with the guitar, and you're going, wow.
What label is that on, by the way? I'm just curious. Is it Friday Music?
Atlantic.
Atlantic?
No, it's on Atlantic. They did
my copy's on Friday Music, and I remember picking it up because it had been out of print. I picked it up from Wuxtree in Atlanta. And it had like a dented cover, and I didn't care. It's not super, just a little bit of a corner bump. But dude, I love Friday Music, but I would love to compare it to what you have for sure.
Here is the 10-inch that came along with it. It has You Don't Know What You're Doing, How Long Blues,
Ooh.
Why Not, and T-Bone Blues Special. I thought it was really cool that this came in addition to the the classic 1959 record. I mean, just I'm so happy with that purchase. Love it.
Awesome.
Okay. Number 2 for me, pretty predictable for anyone who's heard me talk about this on previous podcasts, but the reissue of the Jimmy Page Black Crowes Live at the Greek. I bought the 6 album full concert with all the rehearsals, and I mean I love that is one of my favorite live records ever. The pairing of Jimmy Page with Chris and Rich Robinson doing Zeppelin, but also doing some Black Crowes stuff. Absolutely one of my favorite records of the past year. Loved it, but had to buy the box set. So that's number 2. Number 1 for me, Rhino this year started releasing a series called High Fidelity. I don't know if you've seen any of those. They did a
yeah.
really nice treatment with the albums. I bought it's I think it was limited to 2,000. It's called At the Top, I think. It's ZZ Top, first 5 records, 71 through 76. Great era for them, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's limited to 2,500 worldwide or maybe 2,000. It's foil stamped, numbered on the back. And so all 5 albums get the Rhino high fidelity treatment. You can't even touch it now. I don't know for sure. I'm guessing it's probably $400 or $500 for the box set now, but it is so good. Those first 5 records, especially those first 4 studio records, are awesome.
So it goes through like what, Fandango? Fandango?
Yes.
Yeah. That's incredible. I mean, guys, if you do not, I mean, this is pre-Eliminator. Don't get me wrong. I like Eliminator. I like their glossy, their 80s stuff. This is Pinnacle Texas Blues. That's all. I'm bummed. I missed out on that, just like I missed out on the Faces box set when that got released.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason Jimi Hendrix said on the Dick Cavett show when he was asked about up and coming guitarists, he said, "There's this cat down in Texas named Billy Gibbons," because he wasn't even with ZZ Top, I think, at the time. I think he was with the Moving Sidewalks or whatever that band was prior to.
Can't remember.
But Jimmy already knew. I mean, Billy's a bad dude.
Yep.
Still is. But yeah, so that's my top 5 purchases for the year. You have a surprise for me now.
Yeah, so I've got 5 albums from my top 25, and then I've got a surprise after that if we have time. If we don't have time, that's fine. And then you're going to go with what? You have another top 5, right? Top 5 books?
Top 5 books, and I'm going to plow through those really fast.
Sweet. Okay, so these are 5 just random albums from my top 25. If you want to know my top 25 from bottom to top, listen to Schizophrenic Music. We're doing the same thing that what Shawn and I did with the 10-10-5. So we're starting down from 25, counting down to 1. We're doing that this week. So check us out. All right. So I've got a couple here for you that I think are going to appeal to you. The first one especially. The first one being Caroline Rose. Her latest album called Year of the Slug is self-released, and it's Bandcamp only. So if you go to Spotify, you might be able to find a link, but it's going to route you straight back to Bandcamp. Same thing with Amazon Music, with Apple Music. She has pivoted. She's done a strong pivot. Gone is the gloss, gone is the big production. That's not her thing now. Her biggest quote, and I think it's one of the best quotes ever, is, "I'm not a McDonald's hamburger." You are not going to get the same thing out of me every time, every day. It's just not me. This album is glorious. It is so beautiful. It is all her. It's pretty much just her and a guitar. I love this as much as her poppy albums are just remarkable, guys. So make no doubt about it. She was a great indie pop artist. Shawn's talked about her before. I think on Schizophrenic Music before.
That's right.
She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. I love her pivot. I love this was just complete. She says, "I'm going old school. I'm going to do a strong announcement." And literally, you cannot find this anywhere else. Like, she's done a really good job to hide this from everything else. It's worth it, man. Spend the $10 to buy it digitally. The albums, all the physical media, it's already sold out, so you can find it on the secondary market. It's great, man. It's a lot more organic. She's just as witty. She's just as open-hearted. A little bit more open than she's been in the past. I love it. I love her. Um, we'll follow that up with another band slash artist. His name is Matt Berry, but his band is called The Berries. And this is also another self-released album. It's his fourth album under the Berries moniker. It's not on vinyl yet. I'm waiting. I have it digitally. I'm so excited. Matt Berry is just amazing. His first album is more jangle pop, kind of power pop. Second album kind of transitioned into a good bit of Americana. The third album, called High Flying Man, you start to really hear his guitar playing. And same thing with the self-titled album. His guitar playing is remarkable. Such a great songwriter, such a great vocalist, a very understated vocalist. Love his voice. You're just not going to hear another voice out there like it. Love this guy. So those are the two self-released albums. They're not on a label. The third one I think will surprise some people. This one crept up. I've liked his first two albums a lot, but this is where it dawned on me, man, I dig his solo stuff a lot. You know him. A lot of people know him if they don't think they know him, and that's Andy Bell. Andy Bell is most notably from Ride, one of the initial. I mean, he's still with Ride now, but he's one of the song. Him and Mark Gardner's are the two songwriters for Ride. He's also the touring bassist for Oasis. So if you've seen any of the concerts, if you've been lucky enough to see them live here recently, he's been on stage. Andy Bell's amazing. He has an album called Pinball Wanderer. It's just, like I said, his third studio album. Shawn, this is very Stone Roses coded.
Oh yeah.
So it's got the dream pop that you expect from Ride, but there is a song called Apple Green UFO. Goofy name. Shawn, this is a modern fool's gold. That catchy. It is so good. He has won me up. The third album, it took me, and I've gone back and listened to Flickering. I've gone back and listened to his first two albums. The guy's just putting out great stuff. I'm so happy for this album. So that it's a grower. So definitely check that out.
I'm pulling it up right now to listen to later tonight on Apple Music.
Excellent stuff. All right, so two more for me. Let's go with Tony Molina. All right, so Tony Molina, I think this is his fourth proper studio album. He's got a ton of stuff out there, and I had an album last year or the year before, and I realized recently when I dug into his catalog, I was like, oh, that was him re-releasing songs that he wrote for a band previously before he was doing stuff on his own and that didn't fit. And so that's not technically part of his catalog. But anyway, it's called On This Day. Shawn, 21 songs. The album comes in at 23 minutes.
Ooh, wow. I like that.
This guy, I mean, almost borderline a little neurotic on get to the point. You want to talk about getting to the point? This guy gets to, you would love it. You would absolutely love it. He is Belesque. He is Brian Wilson-esque, a little bit more garage infused, but he wastes no time. A lot of great segues that lead to another song, but you will not hear a song that will ever eclipse 2 minutes. And it just works. This is the third album that I own from him personally that I've been like, repeat, because you're just so used to, for Shawn, Kevin and I talk about this a lot about like the sweet spot of an album is 30 to 40 minutes. If you can fall in that time frame, good on you. Too many albums just go to the hour mark, and it's just so tough sometimes to find the time to listen to it. He takes the opposite approach. I mean, he had another one where it was like, it's 21 songs and it was 18 minutes. I was like, how's that even possible? but it works. He's so good. So Tony Molina, you would love Tony Molina. And then the last one for me, and this goes back to, we reference Kevin a lot. The three of us are just like three peas in a pod. We really are. I mean, if you get me, Kevin, and Shawn in the room together, good luck getting any conversation beyond music out of us, because it's just not possible.
It's a good thing we don't work together. We would never get anything. The company would go out of business.
We would accomplish nothing, but we'd be so happy
We'd
going
have
back.
so much fun.
We would have so much fun going bankrupt, wouldn't we? So this last one, and I had to pull this up too because I was so blown away. There's and it took, I've mentioned this to you before, and I'm telling you, I had mentioned it to Kevin several times, and I don't think he really processed it until he saw it. Kevin came to visit me twice this year. First time was the Alice Cooper show, phenomenal. That was definitely one of my favorite shows this year. And then the second time we did this beer fest here, and we actually recorded live for Schizophrenic Music. And then that time we were kicking back, kind of sobering up early in the morning, and I got him to watch. Amoeba Records has a YouTube channel, has a segment called "What's in My Bag." The most recent, ironically, coincidentally at least, the most recent episode is Supergrass was on there doing "What's in My Bag." It's not one of the better "What's in My Bags," I have to honestly say. It's okay. It's not bad. The reason I love this is because you just don't know what you're going to get out of artists. The artist was a band called Thrice. Shawn, do you remember Thrice?
I remember Thrice. I don't remember any song. I'm not sure I ever really listened to them. Hard rock, like heavy?
Thrice was kind of like a really aggressive post-punk band. I'm trying to think. The Artist in the Ambulance, I think, was their big album, if I'm not mistaken. Good stuff, but challenging, sonically challenging. Here's what was in their bag. Now, granted, there's 4 members of this, so it takes a little bit. There's a lot. Michael Hedges, Emmylou Harris, Talk Talk, Spirit of Eden, a band called Pile, Mount Erie, Jackson Brown, the Flying Burrito Brothers, Idols, Fugazi, Black Star. Black Star's Most Def, and Talib Kweli. Amazing. Pedro Santos, Dorothy Ashby. There's 3 segments here. This one guy's like, okay, I got 3 back to back to back. Zombie, which is a Fela Kuti, 60s Japanese garage sampler, another Japanese garage funk album, another one that's Japanese, like Taru rock, instrumental surf. Okay. Then Gorilla Biscuits, hardcore. The artist I'm going to mention here in another one, Drive Like Jehu, Tom Waits, Bone Machine, and Deftones. So
Wow.
The reason I say is, like, there's one guy in particular that's like the guitarist, I think, for the band. He's like, oh yeah, I mean, Jackson Brown's Late for the Sky is just amazing. You know, Michael Hedges is more ambient, instrumental. It's just ambient music. Breakfast in the Field is amazing. I'm just like, wow. The album I want to focus in on absolutely floored me. And it's this guy, his name is Jens Kuros. Kuros is Kuross. He has an album called Crooked Songs. Is it Crooked Songs? Crooked Songs. It's just, so Jens Kuros was playing albums. He did the production game. He did the pop route. He tried to go in and just go full board, and it never resonated. It never took off. And then he basically went off and said, I'm going to get into whatever. He moved back to his hometown and said, I'm going to get back into this, and I just need to make money, and I'll play music on the side locally. I'm just going to do local. And he happened to play for this one band. And he told the guy, he goes, if you don't mind, it's just going to be me and a Wurlitzer. I'm just going to come out there and play. What's a Wurlitzer is kind of like a keyboard piano. You know it when you hear it. And he said, my wife and I were watching his set before we played. and I got 2 songs into it. I just started bawling because I was so blown away at what this guy was. He goes, it's just pure emotion coming out. And I'm like, oh, okay. So this album is stunning. And so, but what happened was that guy went back to him and said, I'm telling you, you blew us away. That's one of the best live performances we've ever said. Would you be willing to let me record you in that context? No other aesthetics, just you and that instrument. And he goes, I was surprised. He said, yeah, let's do it. And he goes, it took no time at all. He just went out there and just opened up his heart. And that album, I've shared that with Kevin several times on the porch, just sitting out drinking my whiskey, cheers, smoking a cigar, and going like, this is as good as it gets because the guy has no pretense. He's not looking for fame. He's just singing. It's so good, man. So check it out. Jens Kuros, and the name of the album is Crooked Songs. Excellent.
Where's he from?
Oh,
Do you know?
that's a good question. With a name like Jens, you would think he would not be from the States, but I honestly
Yeah.
don't know, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. All
Let
right.
me see if I can find something while you're telling me
Okay.
what you got going.
Yeah. I'll do my 5 books really fast. I do want to make a comment. I love Caroline Rose. I just looked up on Discogs. There's not even a copy for sale. It's only sold for the high was $40 for it, but there's no copy available, which means next time someone puts it out there, it's going to be $80 probably. But
Through the
you
roof.
piqued my curiosity. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. My 5 books of the year. All these were not released this year. They're the 5 that I've read and that I've enjoyed the most. I love to read music books. So number 5 for me, actually, I'm not even finished with this book yet, but it's that good, is Willie Whalen and the Boys.
Oh,
How Nashville Outsiders changed the face of country music. It's so good. It starts with Buddy Holly. It starts with the Buddy Holly plane crash because Waylon Jennings was supposed to be on that flight. He was touring with Buddy. So it's telling the story of Waylon Jennings, then Willie Nelson. Now we're getting into Chris Christopherson. It is a phenomenal book, and it goes into so much detail. Absolutely love this book. That's number 5 for me. It would be higher if I had already finished it, but I can't stop listening to it. I'm doing the Audible version. Number 4 for me, Brothers by Alex Van Halen. I talked about it on an episode earlier this year. I love that he told the story of his brother and of the band. The one thing he could have done a better job of is talking more about Michael Anthony, but he didn't. But he did tell a great story about Eddie, or a great overall story of Eddie. Number 3, My Effin' Life, Geddy Lee. What a great book. I have such an appreciation, a better appreciation for Rush, as much as I already loved Rush after going through that book. And Geddy's such an enjoyable person and human being. I love the Audible versions when I can hear them if it's the actual artist, like the Dave Grohl book, for instance, this one as well. Geddy does such a great job hearing his voice tell the story. Number 2 for me is the Mike Rutherford book, The Living Years, the story of Genesis. Surprise book for me because I never gravitated to that book. I thought Phil Collins would tell the best story, but really Mike Rutherford tells the best story. He was there from pre-Genesis, from the beginning, all the way to the very end. Unlike Phil Collins, Phil came in later and then he left at a certain point, but Mike can tell the full story, and it's a great story, a great read. Number 1 is the name of this band is REM. For anyone that loves REM, you have to read that book,
right.
because the story, the backstory, all of the stuff behind the scenes, how they met in Athens, Georgia. It's just such a cool story, a cool read, and it really dives deep into, especially the early records. It was so much fun to listen to that. So those are my 5 books for the year.
That's awesome. You were quick. And maybe this is the reason why Kevin doesn't get REM the way we get REM, because Kevin is from Michigan. We're from Georgia. Right. We were born and raised in Georgia, and raised with that music scene. When I think about that book, I can literally transport in time. When I read segments, when I hear the music, I find myself in different parts of Athens. Athens is a special place. And guys, this is coming from a diehard Georgia Tech fan. But I'm telling you, Athens is just special. It just is. I was very happy to go to college there. Fantastic business school. It's special. It just is. It's just different. And there's a lot of areas out there that are like that. But there are certain areas of Athens that I can attach to different songs, different albums, whatever. There's something about, as you read it, it's just different.
Yeah.
The connection level is different, don't you think?
I agree. And REM was always, they were never in the public eye. No. Even when they were the biggest band in the world, you didn't really know that much about them.
No.
You knew a lot about Bono. You knew some stuff about The Edge and others, but really there was always a mystery around REM, which made it even more captivating to me. Yep. So reading the book, you hear a lot of the stuff and I mean, I've been a fan of REM almost since the beginning. Well, since Murmur, and I had no idea. A lot of the stuff that I read in that book, I just had no idea. All right, well, we'll wrap up with this. What a great episode! I love that we're talking about all this. I want to do on an upcoming episode. I'll save it for next time, but I want to look back at 1985 and 1975. I want to go 40 years back and 50 years back at how the year ended, because we're in December now. Right. And I was just looking at some of the top 10 records of 1985, 40 years ago, and it's going to be pretty shocking.
Let's do it.
We'll cover that next time. Okay. All right. Another great episode. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Craig.
Yeah. Thank you, man.